Hello, Iris J here with Madrona's Pulse Teachings, Astrology for Healing. And I am here having a Sunday coffee chat with you about Pluto in Aquarius. Reminding myself to take a sip of coffee because once I get talking, I'll forget. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time watching my channel, please do subscribe and like. It really helps me as I grow Madrona's Pulse Teachings, which has just been such a wonderful experience. And thank you to all of you who are watching these updates and teachings, to clients who get readings with me. I just absolutely love working with you and making these videos. So thank you. And this is a big energy that we're beginning to have a conversation about here. So Pluto has been journeying through Capricorn since 2008. Pluto moves very slowly. I'm an evolutionary astrologer, and in evolutionary astrology, we work with Pluto as a central focus of the soul's intentions of healing individually and collectively. And Pluto is getting ready to make a major shift, moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. As I'm making this video for you, it's hanging out, Pluto is hanging out right at 29 degrees Capricorn. And it will be right after the equinox on March 23rd, 2023, when Pluto makes its first shift into Aquarius. This is going to be about a 2-year transitional period. Okay, so right there, we need to know that this is 2 years of transition with Pluto. Transition that will be felt absolutely individually and collectively, okay? I will make more videos, and we've got a lot of time to work with this. I will make more videos specifically looking at the different houses that you could have Pluto in your chart, which will speak to how this is working with your evolution more personally. But this video is really just about general themes that are coming up with this great transition. So let me give you some dates here, okay? So in March 2023, we get Pluto shifting into Aquarius until June this year. In June, Pluto will enter its retrograde. Retrograde meaning that it looks from the Earth's position, from our human position, it looks like the planet is moving backwards. It's not actually moving backwards. It's just a perspective issue. But in astrology and in our human perception, which is what astrology is about, how we're situated within the cosmos and how this influences our psyches, it has a big significance. And so this means that for us, Pluto shifts back into Capricorn, okay? And it will be in Capricorn from June 2023 until January 2024. It will go all the way back to, it will enter the 27th, the end of the 27th degree, so around 27, 28 degrees of Capricorn. Then it's going to go back forward, and it will come back into Aquarius in January 2024 until September 2024. Then it's going to go retrograde one final time. And it will just be back into the 29th degree of Capricorn until November 2024. And then it goes forward in November 2024. It will enter Aquarius for the final time, and it will be there until 2044. So, year and a half, and then still picking up those transitions. So we say 1.5 to 2 years of transition. And this is very significant energy. So what is Pluto? Pluto is, very simply put, Pluto is the unconscious. It is the soul as an archetype, the soul's desire of what incarnating into this human journey is all about, what not being in this human journey is all about. It is the depths of the unconscious in a way that we interact with them. It is cycles of death and rebirth, literally and metaphorically, in the material body and psychically and spiritually. It is, cycles. It is desire. Again, unconscious desire that becomes conscious. It is this individually and it is this collectively. And so we're moving, we've been seeing in Capricorn, especially in these final stages of Capricorn, Pluto has really been showing us collectively that our systems of creating meaning, our systems of creating order in the social level, systems which are, by their very structure, the systems of capitalism, the systems of patriarchy, the systems of colonialism, systems based in white supremacy, these interlocking systems, and they're always interlocking. It is never just one of them. It has been showing us that they are reaching their breaking point, that they are not working, that they were not designed to support the people. They were designed by those in power, upper class men, depending upon the geographical region. They would have been white or not. However, through globalization, westernization, there's been this dominance of white upper class power in the West. We want to take a global perspective, of course, and look at the complex ways that power has created this, what we call in cultural studies, a dominator culture, and the way that we have, all of us, internalized that. Okay, so Pluto has been teaching us that that's not working. It's also very important to realize that when we talk about these ideologies, and we have to talk about them, they've been internalized by all of us, women, non-binary folks, okay, all of us have internalized these ideologies of power. And Pluto has been going through the last stages of Capricorn, the sign that is about structures of the known and the unknown, how we create order, how we create systems. And it's been showing us that they're not working and that there's a breakdown. And this is going to continue. This is going to continue as Pluto goes into Aquarius. And for the next 2 years, we're going to be invited to work with that breakdown and to create new systems. And those new systems are going to be, it's going to be 20 years, okay, of developing new systems that are hopefully helping us to, Aquarius, evolve the collective, bring in the power of the people in a new way, in an evolved way, very simply put. However, when you look at like your little quick social media astro pop world, it's like Pluto and Aquarius, the internet, the people, yes, yes, yes. It's not going to be that simple. It's not going to be without a total breakdown. Pluto breaks shit down. That's what Pluto does. That's part of its archetypal drive. Because it knows that in order for new life and growth to come through, that which isn't serving the structures has to break down. And breaking down, for like, we're talking also about like individual psyches for the collective psyche. They're always entwined. It needs to break down in order for these new empowered, evolving structures to take place. And again, remember that this is related to a soul drive, which from our, cosmic perspective means that this is for the collective evolution that we're individually and together part of. So what are some of the archetypes of Aquarius? Yes, technology is one of them. Connective networks is one of them. The collective is a archetype of Aquarius. Meaning making, structures, the evolved systems. So we're going to see technology shifting, technology changing, interaction between technology and what meaning making means, how we organize society. We're just going to see things changing. We're going to see things breaking down so that new forms can come to life. But this is so, like, we have been governed by the systems and ideologies of imperialist patriarchy, now capitalism, for a very long time. Centuries, centuries, and centuries. We're talking about trying and beginning to reshape structures of society, hopefully with systems that are about the collective, that are not about a single person building their empire. Because me building my social media empire, me building my astrology empire, me building whatever empire it is, that's an idea that comes from patriarchy, that comes from colonialism. And that is not serving the collective, because that means that I have power over others and that I'm placing my power over others. And that's the very structure when we use that word. Okay, so celebrities creating their apps so that you can watch them shop. Okay, like talking about how they're justice makers, they're still using the structures of capitalism and patriarchy to create their power, which actually comes from us giving them power by following them on social media. So if we really want to look at the ways that Pluto and Aquarius is going to ask us to evolve, it's going to be reprogramming what information is, what the collective is, what the purpose of technology is. And when we really, like the core of the Aquarius archetype, rebellious genius. Let's really think about that. Everyone loves to be like, yeah, there's my rebellious genius. I love it too, right? But Aquarius is a rebellious genius because it rejects the status quo. It rejects the mainstream. It knows that because it knows that once something has become a status quo, there's going to be a stagnation that starts unfolding, and it's not going to be supporting everyone, because the nature of life, of organic life, of interconnected life, is that it's always changing. It's always growing. There's new cycles, there's old cycles. Anyone that spends time in nature, this is what we learn as we kind of dive into what we call the eco self, that's feeling all of these connections, whose sense of perspective comes not from a socialized conditioning, but from being with nature, rhythms. We don't stop. There is no, we've made it perfect, and we keep evolving, and Aquarius knows this. And so to walk the path of the Aquarius archetype is actually quite lonely, because it rejects what the collective has kind of created as a stagnant status quo. It is never done evolving. Aquarius is also our higher mind, the mind that is above ego, the mind that is detached from ego. Aquarius is an air sign and higher mind. It is really not concerned with the emotional way of making meaning. It's not really concerned with emotions and consciousness in the embodied form. It's in the intellect, in the highest sense. And that's part of its vision. It's a visionary archetype. This is not an easy path. This is not a path that we as humans are really socialized and brought into. We're going to see a lot of resistance, because to give up the collective mainstream status quo, celebrity driven, all I need to do is make money and have status and look a certain way. Aquarius says no effing way. Aquarius says that's not what this is about. And we're going to be asked as individuals to do that work on ourselves. And this is going to show up in whatever house is. Pluto is coming in your chart. Just as I said that, my cat Nikita hit the bottom of the bass of that guitar over there, and I heard the strings just kind of echoing. It probably didn't pick it up for you, but it was quite woo. So we're going to be asked to do quite a bit. And again, this is the evolutionary rhythm that we're all part of and unfolding, that our psyches are part of. It is exciting, and it's going to be challenging. Oh, there she is. You can see her. She's always bopping about. So we're just entering this. And if you have any planets or points, you know, if you have something at the 29th degree of Capricorn, you're going through a Pluto transit right now, and that's going to be with you for this next 1.5 to 2 years as Pluto's getting slowly further away in 2024 in November. If you have anything at 0 or first few degrees of Aquarius, you're coming into a Pluto transit there, and this shift is very significant for you. Also, if you have aspects, but just these general themes, this is a huge shift for us. And this is why everyone's, the combination of Pluto entering into this shift into Aquarius with Saturn having just entered Pisces, which is also calling us to a higher spiritual alignment, it's very significant. And it will create changes. And we will see things, Pluto breaks things down before usually it helps, new life, the phoenix rise again. And some of us have been working with that energy and we're like, I'm ready to let that phoenix rise, and we're probably going to feel that. But it's just really helpful to come into a transit like this with a non-linear orientation, a non-binary orientation. It's not just something that's good or bad. When something's breaking down, it's actually good for our soul and our evolution and our psyche. It's great, and sometimes it's painful. Right? This is way beyond the categorization of good or bad, easy or difficult. It just is evolution, and evolution includes all of it. It's a beautiful mess. Pluto is the beautiful mess. Pluto's energy cannot be contained in one category. All the intricate layers of death and rebirth, the way that entwines, and it is non-linear. We're talking about also like various timelines. We're in Aquarius. Aquarius is various timelines. It's networked. It's incredibly beautiful energy, and it's big energy. So just to know that this is coming, just to know that we're entering this, and it's happening right bang. We come into the equinox with an Aries new moon. Video will come out next week on that. And then we have this shift of Pluto, it is a radical shift in our psyches. And for those of us that are quite sensitive, if you find you're quite sensitive to these kind of cosmic shifts, you're probably going to feel it. And just be with it. But when Pluto shifts, like, these are the tectonic plates of our psyche and cosmos shifting. And it's big. And it deserves to be honored in whatever way that we want to honor it, how you want to honor it within yourself. Again, you might want to see where you have the final degree of Capricorn and the first degree of Aquarius in your chart, and kind of think about that, and what can you do to really welcome and make space for this energy and whatever changes it's bringing. And with that, I will leave you. Have a wonderful day. I told you I would not take another sip of that coffee once I started talking, and I'll see you soon. Take care.